Hello, and welcome to Cooking with Miss Michelle. Today I'm going to show you how to make a breakfast casserole. So breakfast casseroles are really good because you can make them ahead of time and then just bake them in the morning. And it's nice if you want to feed a few people or a lot of people. My Uncle Tim always makes these back when we used to be able to go visit. And you can kind of switch the ingredients around if you want and customize them a little bit. We always have a vegetarian one and a non-vegetarian one depending on what people want to eat. So for this project you'll need some sausage, and I'm going to use this Morningstar Farms vegetarian sausage. You're going to want about a pound. This isn't quite a pound, it's about a half pound. So I'm going to add some extra veggies to make up for it. Of course, you could use real sausage if you're into that sort of thing. You're going to need 6 eggs, 1.5 cups of cheese, 6 slices of your favorite bread. I like some nice fluffy bread. 2 cups of milk, 4 ounces of mushrooms, and I'm going to add some green pepper and onion. And then some mustard powder, salt and pepper. You can switch up the spices if you want. Also, if you want to make it gluten-free, you could always use gluten-free bread or substitute frozen hash browns instead of the bread. We do that sometimes and it's very delicious. And of course, so if you wanted to make it vegan, and I know it sounds weird, but it's not impossible. I've actually seen this product called Just Egg, and it's a plant-based egg alternative. I haven't tried it. It's been popping up on my phone a lot, so I'm interested to give it a try. But it looks like it would be really good for this, with maybe some non-dairy milk. And you could either skip the cheese or use a vegan cheese. So the first thing you want to do is brown your sausage or fake sausage. So I'm just going to heat up my frying pan over here. And I'm going to use a little bit of olive oil. And cook these over medium heat. So these, I might need a bigger pan. These come in nice little patties. I know they have some different brands and varieties. They have I think Beyond Meat has one, which is soy-free. These, I think, have soy in them. So depending on your dietary preferences or restrictions, there's lots of different things available now. When I became a vegetarian, that was not the case. It's a lot easier now than it used to be. So I'm just gonna cook these until they're brown on both sides, and then I will set them on a plate to cool off. Okay, my veggie sausages are finished cooking, so I'm just going to set them to the side to cool down a little bit while I prepare the rest of my ingredients. Okay, so I'm going to get my eggs and milk ready. So I want to crack 6 eggs into my bowl here, and I'm going to use a large bowl so I have plenty of room for all my ingredients. And then I'm going to add 2 cups of milk and some salt and pepper. And I want about a teaspoon of ground mustard. And then I'm going to whisk everything together. And when you're whisking, you're wanting to incorporate air into your mixture. So I kind of go in like a circular motion through the mixture and through the air. And you can notice it's starting to get some nice bubbles in there. gonna stir in my bread. So I want to use 6 slices of bread. And I like this really fluffy bread. It's just gonna give my casserole a nice fluffy texture. So I can either cut this, or it might be fun if you want to tear it up with your hands, especially if you have a lot of people helping. Everyone can just get a piece to rip up and throw it in there. So I just want to make it so my bread gets wet by my wet ingredients. And then I'm gonna slice up my mushrooms and some pepper and onion to put in. Okay, so I don't need too many onions. And if you don't like onions or any of the ingredients, you can just leave them out. You can put other veggies in, like carrots or maybe some tomatoes. Anything that would go in a quiche could go in here. I'm gonna grab a spoon and mix this up. And then I can add my cheese. So I just have some Tillamook cheddar. You can use whatever you have or whatever your favorite. Pepper jack, mozzarella. You could do like a blend. It's all good. Or vegan cheese or no cheese. If you're not a big cheese fan. I'm a huge cheese fan, personally. When these are cool enough to handle, I'm just gonna cut them into smaller pieces and add them. You could use ground sausage too if you prefer. Okay, so now I'm gonna mix everything together. And then I'm gonna get a greased casserole dish. I have my assistant Bella here helping me out. So I want to get a 9x13 pan. Give it a nice spray so my stuff will come out easily. And then I'm just going to pour everything in here. And I'm just going to kind of spread it out so it's nice and even. Okay, so now I'm just gonna cover this and then I can refrigerate it overnight. And a little bit before I want breakfast, I will pull it out and bake it in the oven. Okay, so my casserole has been in the refrigerator overnight. Most of the egg has soaked in. So I'm gonna bake this at 350 for 45 to 50 minutes. You can double the recipe. If you do, you're gonna need to bake it for longer. But what I would recommend, instead of putting the whole thing, if you double it in one pan, is just doing 2 pans, and you might have to bake it a tiny bit longer, but it should bake pretty well in just this size. So I'm gonna put this in my oven and I'll come check on it in 45 minutes. Okay, so my casserole's been in the oven for about 50 minutes. It looks awesome. So I'm gonna pull this out and I am gonna want to let this sit for a little bit before I eat it, probably like 10 minutes or so. So, like I said, you can switch the ingredients around. It's a great make-ahead breakfast, very delicious. You can serve it with some fresh fruit or whatever your favorite breakfast sides are, although most of them are in the casserole. Thanks for watching my video. I hope you like this project, and happy breakfast making.